Hi everybody, welcome back for another exciting edition of 4th and 30. I'm your host, Max Wellhouse. I'm joined today by Chip Schott and Barry Barnaby. Today's issues, we're going to talk about Brett Favre actually retiring. Is this for sure this time? NFL playoffs, Carmelo Anthony trade talks, and much, much more. Join us now for 4th and 30, starting right now.
Will Brett Favre come back or retire? I say he's gonna come back, and I'm going to tell you why I'm right.
Welcome to 4th and 30, everybody. We've got a great show for you today. I'm joined here by usual Chip Schott and Barry Barnaby, and I'm Max Wellhouse. And our first topic on the show, NFL news going on, guys. Big week for the NFL in their playoffs. But overshadowing everything is Brett Favre officially turns in his retirement papers again. Now, is this for real? Chip?
Well, I am actually going to say no. This is another classic gimmick by the 41-year-old Brett Favre. He's going to come back with who, I don't know, but somebody is going to take a chance on him. There's a few teams that actually need a quarterback and need to fill that position. And I know the two of you clowns are going to disagree with me.
I think this time
especially the one in the hat.
Barry?
Well, thank you, Skip, for commenting on his hat. I like it myself.
It's not a compliment. Don't get ahead of yourself.
Anyway, Chip, yes, I do believe this is the end for Favre. Look at him. He's hurt all over. He can't throw anything anymore. He's going to be... I'll say he'll come back, but not in the sense of playing-wise. I can see him coming back as a coach.
As a coach?
Why not?
Brett Favre is a coach. He
Why
is
not?
a player.
Literally, look at his cell phone text messages.
Oh, Max. So that's off the field. We're talking about on the field. Get the facts.
Chip,
Come on.
Chip, let me tell you this. I mean, look at the season he had. I mean, I don't think he'll be coming back for another season. Yeah, I'm sure he does not want to go out like that, but, I mean, he's 41 years old. He's been in this league forever. And, I mean, yeah, he does this every single year. But I think this time, he's going to be retired. I mean, I don't know what else he has left to accomplish. I mean...
This destroys his legacy. He comes back not with
How
the
does it
Vikings.
destroy
He
his
comes
legacy?
back. Are you kidding? Did you see his stats last year? Did you see his games? He is not going to let
So
that
you're going
happen.
to
He's
tell
going
me...
to come back.
You're going to tell me everyone's going to remember him for his last year of playing? Just his last year? And minus everything else that he did?
The minds are smaller at this end of the table, so...
What?
Two minds are bigger than one, Chip.
Not yours.
All right, well, we'll see. I guess we'll just have to wait and see in August once preseason's over, we'll see if he decides to come back or not.
The only sane person on this show.
I think he's done for good, but he can't play forever. But we'll see, I guess, once the season starts. But going on to our next topic for second down is the playoffs from this past weekend. I mean, there's some great matchups and some big results for some big teams. Baltimore and Pittsburgh, Jets and New England, Green Bay, Atlanta, Seattle, and Chicago. So, guys, wrap-ups on those games. We'll start with Baltimore and Pittsburgh.
I don't think there's a big surprise in that result. I thought Pittsburgh would take out Baltimore. Baltimore put up a good fight.
Baltimore had, what, a 21-point lead? 21-7?
That
would be 14 points there, Max.
Pittsburgh
So who's counting?
Pittsburgh is just that
not
team.
me. But, I mean...
Pittsburgh's that team who just knows how to win. And I'm not shocked by that result.
And then a huge, I think, a big upset, New England and the Jets. I mean... Jets knocking off New England, which everyone thought New England would just run through the playoffs this year, but it seems like they ran into a tough opponent, despite beating them in the regular season pretty badly. I mean,
well, the great Brady fell short to the New York Jets. Rex Ryan put together a great plan for his defense to confuse the great Brady, and Belichick did bench Wes Welker. I don't know what his reason was there, but big picture. The Jets confused Brady, and he actually threw some picks, which he should have had in the regular season, but people dropped them. The Jets didn't drop it, and look what happened. Oh, Brady's not going to be playing next week, is he? There is no playoffs in Foxborough, Patriot fans.
That's a pretty big upset, I think, but another matchup.
I'm not upset.
A big surprise, too. I mean, obviously this next matchup could have gone either way, but the fact that Green Bay just gave a beating to Atlanta.
That's a surprise?
I mean,
that's a surprise. How is that a surprise?
I mean, look at Atlanta's regular season. They were pretty solid throughout the season.
I don't care about regular season. This is postseason, and Aaron Rodgers had a stellar game, beating Matt fell through the ice, which is what I said he would do. But once again, this end of the table.
And then another matchup too, also for the NFC: Seattle-Chicago.
Oh,
Chicago
come
poured it on
Max.
pretty big in the beginning, but then Seattle started coming back. So obviously Chicago held on. But
No, Chicago dominated that whole game, Max. You're just mad because your Seahawks got beat by Jay Cutler and the Bears. Jay Cutler is incredibly underrated, and I once again prove everybody wrong, but that's just me.
all right, so which of these games that played this past weekend was the biggest surprise in your guys' minds?
Green Bay at Atlanta. It was a surprise. Green Bay's got a fantastic offense, got a fantastic defense, but Atlanta, Matt Ryan is only, what was his stat, 20-2 at home before that game. Nobody was able to beat them in Atlanta, except I believe the Saints. So that is a very impressive feat.
Go ahead, Chip.
Biggest upset in everybody else's mind, the simple minds, would be the Jets beating New England in Foxborough. That's probably the biggest. I'm not surprised, but the rest of the country is.
I think I would pick that as my surprise too, is the New England beating the Jets. I mean, the Jets, they just somehow find a way to pull it off every single week. So, all that matters is next week. I mean, we got some great matches coming up. We'll talk about that too coming up. But before we go on, we have to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back for more 4th and 30 after these commercial messages. Don't go away.
I win again, Max. Hi, my name is George Bonlantis, and I actually work for Cornelius Cremations. Owner, Jack Butchfield. Co-owner, John Bonbeer. And anyways, we have our lovely urn. Let's say Aunt Tallulah died. Oh, heartbreaking. And she doesn't know what she wants to be put in. This beats a casket. This is our cleverly crafted urn by Jack Butchfield himself. You will want to die. It's just, it's so comfortable. You get burned to ashes and put in this. Nothing better. This is your final resting spot. Heaven will be its own earnings.
And welcome back to Third Down here. I mean, our next topic, NBA news going on. Big talks going on. The Carmelo Anthony trade talks, guys. Now, rumors are he's going to New York, New Jersey. I mean, what's going on with Carmelo Anthony? Anyone? You guys think he's going a particular place?
Well, I'm going to start. I'm actually going to say the New York Knicks, because they know that they can't get far with Amare Stoudemire, because all he does is stand around and dunk. He's not a good postseason player, so they want Carmelo to fix that little mess that they got in New York. At least that's what I think of it.
Mess.
Yeah, it's a mess.
The Knicks are doing pretty good.
Yes,
They're doing pretty good. They're not going to do good in the postseason, Max, and whatever your name is.
You'll be surprised. I mean, there was talks that he was going to New Jersey, but apparently they're backing out of the deal. So, I mean, who knows where Carmelo Anthony goes, but, I mean, wherever he goes, he's going to shake up the playoff picture a lot.
In a bad way.
But, well, I guess we'll have to see how that turns out. But going on, our next topic is this week's coming up, folks, the final conference finals Sunday in the NFL playoffs. We got two great matchups for the AFC, the Jets and the Steelers, and for the NFC, Green Bay and Chicago. Thoughts on those matchups, guys?
Well, I am definitely going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers over the New York Jets. Big picture is Big Ben against Mark, isn't quite there yet, Sanchez. Big Ben's got the experience. He already has 2 rings. And Sanchez, I believe, doesn't have any. And I think experience and great coaching and great players, the Jets they're not there yet.
I mean, go ahead, Barry.
No, you go on.
All right, now, I mean, I'm going to choose Pittsburgh in this game, too, just because their defense, I mean, let's face it, they've been there before. They've won it before.
That's what I just said.
With the quarterback, the coach. I mean, My only thing is with the Jets, I mean, everyone seems to count them out, but they always seem to somehow find a way to prevail. But
Not this time. No.
I'm going to say Pittsburgh, but I would not be surprised if the Jets somehow find a way to pull this one off.
I would be very surprised.
I got to go with Pittsburgh, too. Yes, the Jets may have won there earlier this year, but like you guys have said, Pittsburgh's had the experience.
I think
they will go into the Super Bowl.
I think the experience is going to pay off a long way in this type of matchup. But also for the NFC next, I mean, a big matchup, division rivals. We got Chicago and Green Bay. So, Chip, thoughts on that?
This is going to be a great game, but I'm going to go with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers, probably 28-17 against the Chicago Bears, who are home. This is actually, I believe, this is only the second time that they've actually met in the postseason, and how long this rivalry has gone. So it's going to be good.
It should be. Barry?
I believe Green Bay will come out of this game and face the Steelers in the Super Bowl. But I do believe this game will be closer than what Chip predicts. I believe it will.
I'm just the genius at this side of the table.
Well,
so.
Chip has quite the ego, everybody, huh?
There's no one else on your side of the table, Chip. So
Exactly.
Well,
exactly.
I'm going to take Green Bay also in this matchup. I think it's going to be a very tight game. I mean, both these teams, tough defensive teams. I mean, I'm going to say Green Bay pulls it off, but I mean, it can go either way in either of these games. It should be fun and exciting to see this weekend.
Hey, Chip, how many interceptions for Cutler this week?
I'm going to go with maybe, he is underrated, but I'm going to say maybe 2, and that's going to be too many for this Green Bay offense. He didn't really play a real team last week, so he played the Seattle shouldn't have been there Hawks.
So, I mean, it's going to be interesting. I mean, can't wait for this Sunday to show up in the NFL playoffs. I mean, now, okay, let's go to our last topic of the show. Now, one Super Bowl that's underway, I mean, coming up in a few weeks after the Pro Bowl, of course. You don't want to miss that one. I mean, the thing going on is favorite foods during the Super Bowl that everyone likes to eat. I mean, you got the traditional favorites, pizza, wings. I mean, Chip, favorite Super Bowl meal.
My favorite Super Bowl meal is it's a nice healthy sandwich with turkey, lettuce, rye bread even. But also, one of my favorite snacks, I know you guys are going to laugh about this, but yes, it's actually Philippine dried mango, very rich in vitamin C. It's actually dried fruit.
It's dry like your soul.
You know what? It's a healthy meal to eat during the Super Bowl. While you're getting fat over there, I'm keeping a nice slim trim here. I'm 64 and looking good. So
you're 6 foot what?
64.
Oh, well, we're coming to an end of the show. I mean, I say you guys keep the traditionals. You gotta go pizza and wings all the way.
Oh my God! You're a heart attack waiting to happen, and I'm gonna outlive you guys, and obviously you.
Well, I'm gonna go with pizza and wings too.
Of course you will.
Yes, I will.
Because big size over there.
Giant fruit would probably make me go to sleep before halftime.
Well, maybe that's for the best. After hearing you today, I don't know if I want you awake.
Well, folks, I mean, that's all the time we got in today's show. I mean, feel free to check us out on 4th and 30 on YouTube, and feel free to post comments, suggestions, anything about the show. We're more than happy to hear your results and comments about the show. So, 4th and 30 on YouTube. Guys, final thoughts?
Wait till next show. You're going to find out that I'm right about everything.
But that's all the time we got. I'd like to thank Chip and Barry. I'm Max. Thanks for watching 4th and 30. We'll see you next time. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, Canada.